It is the 90s, and there is time for Clacks. I have no idea what the fuck this is. Wait, in the 90s? It's copyright 1989. Alright, this is Klax, apparently, by Atari. Thank you. How to play. Get 3 in a row. I have played this game before to test it out, but I don't really... You basically just wait and create stacks. That's the game. That is Clacks. I picked this game because, well, it's an arcade game, ended short. And I know I've been doing quite a few arcade games lately, and I know I don't want to do all the same type of game in a row. Like, I don't want to do like every single arcade game and then move on to another console or something. The problem is that video games that aren't in the arcade are very, very long, and right now I've been playing through quite a few of the games trying to get to interesting endpoints. Like, I've started a playthrough of Fahrenheit, or Indigo Prophecy, which is going to need to be recapped due to the nature of what the game is. Like, I'm playing through it without talking or anything. And, I'm also playing through a couple other games. I'm playing through Slitherlink, which is a very long puzzle game with a ton of puzzles. Also Ocarina of Time, because, you know, one of the most appraised games of all time. Might as well get it out of the way early, you know? And even after I've been doing this for about a month, yeah, we're still talking about getting things out of the way early. Speaking of which, one playthrough that's going to take me like a fucking eternity that I've started is RuneScape. Like, my end goal there is getting the Quest Cape. That's what I consider beating that RuneScape. If you don't know what RuneScape is, which is unlikely, I think everyone has at least played it. It's an MMO. It's known as the world's biggest free MMO, but most of the features and the reason why you would play it is in the membership. That's where all the best quests are. That's where all of the good stuff comes in, I guess. So now we have to get diagonals, or whatever. Oh, it's the ultimate puzzle game of I need this thing that I'm not getting. Excellent. Why are puzzle games called puzzle games? Because in my experience, what I define as a puzzle is something you have to figure out. But that's not exactly how I describe Tetris, Dr. Mario, Bejeweled, anything that we call puzzle games. Like, you essentially know what you need. You don't have to figure out anything. Like, in Tetris, it's generally, you know what piece you need and where you gotta put it. And I do believe that I'm going to lose here unless I get a red. As for the puzzle game that I'm playing now, it's not remarkable in the least. Which is why I don't even want to talk about what I'm playing, because it is fucking boring. Like, in Tetris Attack, when things are taking too long to get to you, you could speed up the track and make things go a little bit faster. You cannot do that here. You just have to wait. And in these early levels, you're waiting forever. But yeah, like, I want to make a note. I started RuneScape, the RuneScape playthrough, on the 28th of May, 2018. Because I want to know how long it's going to take me to actually get to that objective. It's never going to give me a red, is it? You know, that's fine. I'll just stack them as they come. Because I wanted to know how long how long some of these games are going to take me. I've been playing an hour or two each day since then, and so far I'm on pace. I haven't bought membership yet to save as much money as possible. And it starts to get a little bit overwhelming. Yeah, press the button to continue. You know, considering I could just keep popping in quarters, some of the arcade games are going to be a lot easier than they probably should have been, like 1943. You can continue where you left off if you just pop in another quarter and continue. But considering this is MAME, you don't have to do that. Or you can't. You can do it with just a click of a button without spending anything. So I have no idea what to do with games like that. I don't think there's an end point to Clacks. I just think it's this forever. It's just... Look, puzzle games as a genre, you know, despite... Even with my feelings of why are they called puzzle games, I don't really like this genre too much. Like, almost all of them are either Match 3 or Tetris clones. Like, they're either Bejeweled or Tetris. That is it. It is very rare you see something new in this genre. I mean, even Dr. Mario is Match 3 or Match 4 or whatever, combined with Tetris. It's some fusion of one of those two mechanics. Something that is a problem in, like, no other genre. Like, even when it comes to, like, first-person shooters, there are plenty of games where shooting people is not the right way to progress. You know, I mean, Portal is technically a first-person shooter, not a puzzle game. Even though it has more to do with actually solving puzzles than shooting people. Genre definitions and genre combinations are... Describing things as certain genres is a bit tricky and annoying in pretty much any medium. Oh, hey, they randomize. That doesn't make this more exciting. Also, not to brag, but puzzle games tend to bore me because I tend to be too good at them. It sounds like a weird complaint, but no, I can keep things going for quite a long time. Like, until just one random moment where it just all comes tumbling down. Which, that random moment seems pretty arbitrary whenever I get to it. So I have no idea why this is considered a game you must play. Like, it's not fun, I can tell you that. It's not challenging. It's definitely not historically significant, because before I got the book, I had never heard of it. I mean, it's not even weird enough to be interesting. I must apologize for that. When you get mail, they ring your doorbell, even though that's more inconvenient. Let's go back to Wave 11. Oh, it's like Tempest, where you could choose the level you want to go to. Excellent. Yes, I am recording. So I have no idea why I'd want to play this for any longer than I already have, but just talking about things. Like, some of these games that I'm going to be playing, like, these episodes are coming out fairly often. Do not expect that to continue. I mean, I could be very dedicated and do things like beat Ocarina of Time in a day. Like, I've done it before. Like, my fastest time is 10 hours on that game, which can technically be done in a day. Considering you have 16 hours in a day, pretty much. But there are going to be games like super long, 40-plus hours RPGs, MMOs, games that... Oh, they're not randomized. They're wild cards, which makes the game even easier. Like, if it was randomized, this might be a bit of a challenge, but... You know, puzzle games, in my mind, are things like The Incredible Machine. They're games like Myst, even though Myst is technically not a puzzle game. It's an adventure game. Even though that game is, you're primarily solving puzzles. Just calling this a puzzle game, it confuses me. Although, maybe my definition of what a puzzle is wrong in some way. I wouldn't doubt it. Ah! I mean, the sound this makes is quirky, I guess, but saying this is a must-play is probably like kicks. They just... Oh... That's at maximum. Okay. Yeah. Add coins to continue. Press button to continue. I mean, there's no real reason for me to want to continue. Considering I start at level 11 if I want to. But yeah, some of these games are going to take a long time. And, I mean, in a lot of these games, you could just rush to the end and speedrun, even glitchless speedruns, and beat them fairly quickly. Like Morrowind, for instance. You can beat that game in under an hour. Like, it can be done. But I don't want to, and I think that would be a disservice to the game itself. You can beat Majora's Mask in 6 in-game days, which is under a couple of hours, but if that happened, I wouldn't be able to showcase all of the things that make it great, and I wouldn't be able to discover plenty of things that make other games great. Even games that I don't like Indigo Prophecy and Facade, I'm going to be spending a lot of time to truly get as much into the game as possible. To get to the backstory, why people might have thought it was popular, what it has over other games. Orange here. White. That's at maximum, isn't it? Yes, yes it is. Red goes there. Orange goes there. Yay! I mean, in Tetris, you can only see the next one that's coming up. In Clacks, you could see them all. I don't know what can you say about this game? I mean, it's not bad, but there's nothing special about it. I mean, Kicks at least was different. There wasn't any other games like it except its clones. This, I can name about a dozen games that use dropping blocks and matching 3. You know, Columns, Tetris, Dr. Mario, Bejeweled. They all either use... Puzzle games seriously need a major innovation. Because they haven't really had one since Tetris, really. It's all either match 3 or dropping. That is it. I mean, there have been some interesting twists on the formula, like Tetris Attack, but... that is it, really. I mean, when I want to solve puzzles in video games, I don't play a puzzle game. I play a video game that has puzzles in it. Like Myst, like a survival horror game like, say, Silent Hill 2. And of course, there's everyone's old favorite. When are you going to give me the shit that I need? I don't even know what to say about this. Like, what can I say? No, seriously, what can you say? I mean, it's got quirky sound effects, almost like this game was made by Sierra, but that's all it's got. I mean, the pieces don't seem to move faster, maybe the longer you're on any particular level. It only adds challenge by adding in more different colors. I'll actually focus now and try to get a little bit further. Doop, 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 doop. Red. Purple. Cyan. Yeah, diagonal. This is really valuable. I'll put white there. Put blue there. Orange there. And we'll put some purple here. Like, I can't even think of a clone of Clacks here. Like, even other mediocre puzzle games have gotten clones of some kind. Like, even if you're a fan of this kind of game, I don't see you really enjoying this very much. Especially compared to its contemporaries. And then it just starts going really fast for some reason. Doop. Red. Red. White. And I beat the level! You see, the only thing that's keeping me from winning is that I don't give a shit.
Diagonal wave.
And the only way it adds up its difficulty is by these random bullshit challenges. That really shouldn't be on the bottom. Doop de doop de doop. Oh, you can press down and it does go faster. Okay, that makes it a little bit more bearable, I guess. Alright. I'll put that there. Yeah, just give me a red whenever you're ready. Purple. Purple. Huh, 3 in a row. Idiot. I'll put this there. Move here. Okay. Oh, didn't even see that one. Yeah, it's not hard at all. Like, I'm not gonna call this a filler entry, but I can't see why anybody would want to play this over other puzzle games. It is really mediocre. You can give me a green anytime you want, you know. Oh. How many waves are there? Boop. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, that wasn't good. This is definitely the most boring game I have played so far. Like, I don't know what else to say about this. I guess the best thing to do is talk about other games, since this is undoubtedly a no. Like, undoubtedly a no. Because even at the time, Tetris already existed. Columns, but I don't know if Columns existed. No, it didn't. But it would exist very soon, and that's not a very good puzzle game either. Sorry if you like Columns, it doesn't hold a candle to Tetris. God damn it, I needed that one. Ah, wrong place. And this is what happens if you never drop any of them. You can't pick up any more. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. Like, this is like a 5 out of 10 game. Like, maybe as a mini game in an actual game, it would be much, much better. But as a standalone, no. This is one I'm definitely not playing again, ever. Like, I'd even play a bad game again over this, because even with, say, Facade, you could still have fun with it. This game just has me on autopilot. A lot of the playthroughs, though, that I am doing, besides this one, I am a little bit more excited to do. They're going to be bigger, have a little bit more effort put into them than just sitting down for an hour playing a random arcade game. Like, I do have to start tackling the obscenely long games now if I want to finish in my lifetime. And the challenge is indeed before I die. I got an ooh, cool. You know what? We're done here. There is nothing more for me to achieve here. Clacks is a no.